All right. Anyways, I have a great relationship with my husband. We've been married for 20 years, but there are very few minor improvements that I would love if he paid attention to. First, he insists on walking around the house in his underwear in one of those white T-shirts we used to call something offensive. I think it's awkward and kind of gross. He literally answers the door like that, which is a real treat when I have a friend drop by unexpectedly. Did I mention that he will not throw away a shirt or pair of underwear unless it is literally falling apart? He's a very handsome man, and I'm still as attracted to him at 51 as I was at 31, but he is 51 years old. He has nose hair that protrudes from his nostrils and long white wisps erupting from his ears. I've gently suggested he trim it, but he says he doesn't want to. It's my body, and I don't need to. I bought him a trimmer, and still nothing. Help, Mike Lewis.
Wow. I gotta say, I am more sympathetic to the wife than the husband. I think this is a wife. I don't know if it came from that. I think that you don't have to do everything your partner wants, but I do think that trying to match both sides, trying to match what the other person found attractive and maintain what they found attractive, moving ahead, I think is a worthwhile goal. You can't do everything, but you can trim your nose hairs, and you can trim your ear hairs, and you can put on just a pair of sweats or shorts or something rather than walking around in your underwear and your tank top would be the modern term for that. So actually, step up, just do those things. The whole idea that you can say my body, my responsibility thing, I get that. That actually does extend to a lot of things. But in those low level things, low effort, low touch kind of things, like just trimming your nose hair, it seems like that's a fair ask.
It hurts to pluck those nose hairs, though.
Oh my gosh!
Ears hair, I
don't have to pluck them.
I actually do obsessively maintain my ear hairs. I pluck my ear hairs. I will acknowledge that, because those don't hurt. Those just come right out. But nose hairs, oh my goodness, they really. I don't know. I've never wanted to own a nose hair trimmer.
What do you think? Is that a fair ask?
What about this body positivity not apply to old guys? Can't you sort of, as you get older,
it's
don't
always
you
applied to old guys. This is the difference, Felix. It has applied to old guys for the last 11,000 years.
But isn't a sign of getting older and wiser and realizing what's really important and why you really love somebody and why you really think somebody is special? Isn't this stuff sort of like icing on the cake?
And is that the way you would apply it to somebody else? In other words, or is that body positivity only when it's affecting me?
To Mike's point, do you remember Andy Rooney on 60 Minutes?
Yeah.
They let that man go on television with 3-inch ear hairs, sprouting like clover.
We had a custodian at one of my daughter's school that had incredible ear hair. You could have styled it, or you could have waxed it, or made different little shapes with it. And some cultures it doesn't matter, right? No, the fact the guy hangs on to his old underwear and stuff and wears it till it falls apart.
Yeah,
that's eco-conscious. That's caring for the environment and the planet. Maybe it's really comfortable.
Many years ago,
you ever buy a whole new set of underwear and it's it's not as comfortable as the old stuff, and I got to live with this for the next X number of years.
No, I've never had that experience.
I've actually never really had that experience.
That happens to me all the time. It happens to me every 15 years. No, I think there's some middle ground in this. I mean, the guy is again, he's in his 50s, right? We know what that's like.
I think the middle ground is simply just replacing your again, these do not seem like, I can understand if the ask is, if the ask is, I don't want you to watch sports, you need cosmetic surgery, you got to lose 90 pounds, whatever. I mean, you can negotiate that as needed. Buying no underwear, honestly, here's what you need to do, and here's what I would suggest to this person, although she is not probably listening, is, look, go in the drawer. If someone is so unconcerned about their underwear being full of holes or whatever, grab it, toss it, replace it with better underwear. Who's going to protest? Who's going to say no?
I don't know.
That's not terribly expensive. I mean, obviously, he's not spending a whole lot on self-care. So just throw that down there, get it done, and move on.
There's the carrot or a stick. The stick would be the intimacy strike.
Is the
carrot
protruding from your nose? Cut it off.
I mean, isn't it weird, though? This guy is so comfortable with himself that it bothers his wife or his partner or whatever.
I think
Isn't that's
that's
kinda
not what
sad. It
she's
makes me
saying. What
sad.
she's saying is the guy is so is not so comfortable with himself. He's so comfortable with her discomfort. That's what he's saying.
That seems like a selfish way to look at it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
entirely what it is.
Do you trim your nose hairs, Felix?
I pluck them occasionally. I don't have problems with nose hairs the way I do with ear hairs. But ear hairs, again, I've been doing it for years.
They
And
sell
don't-
nose hair trimmers and ear hair
I don't
trimmers
want.
for that matter.
I don't want. It's like I'd want to buy a nose hair trimmer as much as I'd want to buy new underwear. I don't want some new appliance to have to maintain or like.
Where did
how do you
everyone become so old
Does the
around
blade
here?
get dull? Does the blade get dull on nose hair? Do you have to
Does the
replace
blade
it?
get
To maintain it.
Why even
Not a
put on
lawnmower, Felix.
Why even put on clothes if you're gonna have to take them off to take a shower?
I mean, reality, yeah. I mean, if you really love and accept yourself, this stuff is all kind of immaterial, right?
All right.